happening. So, I'm bored at work, waiting for an airplane to get back, and, forewarning you, I'm about to go on a rant and rave about something that I just found out. So, if you don't feel like listening to me bitch, you might want to end the video now. But, so I just got to talking to a buddy of mine, and I won't say who, I won't name names, but, he was telling me how a friend of his daughter's, just committed suicide. And, you know, I asked him what happened, do they know why, and, said that he was 15 years old. 15. You know, for most kids, that's a freshman or sophomore in high school. And said that bullying had been a big factor, that, you know, in person, online, social media, stuff like that. And it had been going on for a while. And, the shocking part was that his parents didn't know. They had no clue that he had felt that way, that he was depressed, and that he was getting treated like that. And, I originally wasn't going to make this video. I was actually going to deactivate my Facebook for a while and take a break and calm down, but ever since he told me that, which was 3 hours ago, I have been absolutely sick to my stomach that a 15-year-old felt like he had no other option to stop the pain than to end his own life. And that his parents didn't know how he felt. That, you know, they had no clue. And, you know, when we got to talking and trying to figure out, you know, maybe what started it and what provoked it, and it's, my personal opinion is, there's so much pressure on kids today, especially, you know, as you go through middle school and high school, and social media definitely doesn't help that situation at all. And, you know, there's this pressure to please people so we can get that like, so that we can get that share, so that people will follow us. And, you know, and as far as in person goes, if you don't meet what somebody expects of you, or look a certain way, or act a certain way, then you're going to get bullied, not only in person, but on social media. And it's, you know, it's created this atmosphere where kids not only feel pressured to be perfect, but, you know, our schools are probably not helping that either. And when me and my buddy got to talking, he's saying that his 8th grader, they're wanting to know what they're planning on doing college-wise when they get out of high school. And, you know, they're talking about what colleges they want to go to in 8th grade. And, you know, I personally, when I was a senior, my school had started a track system where if you were going to be an arts major, you took these classes. If you were going to do science, you did this. If you were going to do math, you did this. And apparently it's gotten worse where high schools have specific tracking programs and courses designed to be a transition into college to make it easier. And, you know, if you know what you want to do the rest of your life, that's great. That's awesome. So it's going to prepare you even more for college. But, you know, it just seems like here lately, it's hard to let kids be kids. You know, when I was 15, I was doing I was skateboarding, I was doing jackass stuff with my buddies. I mean, there was never this pressure to feel like I needed to figure my life out right now. That, you know, that I had to follow this standard or this standard. You know, 13-year-olds today feeling like they have to have perfect makeup, or, you know, they're going to get blasted on social media is absolutely mind-boggling to me. And, you know, I think a big part of it is this generation we're so addicted to the cell phone, to the social media, and at a young age, our parents, instead of putting a limit on being on the computer, they relied on technology to entertain their child. So then it creates a disconnect between parents and the kids, and so we become so dependent upon it. And, you know, then when we have issues, our parents, you know, they know nothing about it. There's not a relationship there. And I literally cannot fathom what this boy's parents are going through right now. You know, 15 years old. Apparently they're expecting thousands of people to be at this funeral. And, you know, that's great and everything. You know, people who are there because they legitimately care. But I can't help but to wonder how many of those kids are going because it's, oh, we didn't know that he felt that way, or, you know, he was such a good guy, and he was such a great kid, and got along with everybody. And, you know, how many of those kids were the ones that were actually bullying him, and that were starting rumors about him? And, you know, they're going to show up and be like, oh, well, I mean, we were just joking, we weren't serious, you know, just poking fun. And I'm all for toughening up your child to deal with bullies. But at the same time, because of social media and how dependent people are on it today, it's also becoming a thing where you need to teach a child to not care what people think about you. And I know that's really, really hard. And, you know, I still do it at times, and I'm sure everybody still does it, but people don't care. You know, unless you've been friends for years and, you know, specific family, okay, I get it. But people genuinely don't give a shit what you do with your life. And I honestly have gotten to a point where I don't care what people think about me anymore. And, you know, maybe that's just what we need to do raising our kids, is teach them to not care what people think and to let them be kids. You know, this pressure of figuring out what you want to do with the rest of your life when you're in 8th grade, when you're 13 years old, and following these ridiculous standards that people are putting in place because of social media, and, you know, feeling like you have to please everybody and you have to be perfect, or blah 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 blah. You know, teach your kids to stand up for themselves, but to not also give it, or to care what people think about them. It's almost like you have to now. It's gotten to a point where I'm terrified of raising my daughter and what she's going to go through, you know, when she gets to this age, and how to face it, how to make her feel better, and, you know, how can I be a part of her life so that she knows that I'm there for her no matter what. And if she so feels that way, she can easily come to me and talk to me about it and not feel like she has to hide it because it's a weakness or she shouldn't feel like that or anything. And, you know, some people may disagree with me. That's fine. You know, I'm not telling you how to raise your kids and anything like that, but there's so much wrong today with this up and coming generation, and even millennials behind me, you know, there's this need to please people. And you know, even my buddy, he's dealing with his 13-year-old excessively cutting to the point where they have to lock up all sharp objects. I mean, scissors, knives, prescription medicine. They've even had to resort to paper cups or plastic cups and dishware because she can break the glass and use it, or she'll hide it. And you know, they're fighting with that right now, and I applaud the fact that him and his wife have made it clear that they're there for her and that they're supportive, and that, you know, if she needs to talk to them, they're there, you know. And kudos to her for coming forth through her parents and saying, hey, I have a problem. This is what's going on with my life. Because most kids don't get that opportunity. They just feel like the only way out is to end it. And then people are left wondering, well, what happened? Why did this go down like this? And so it becomes a point where, as parents, we need to disconnect our kids from social media, because that's making it way, way worse. And, you know, I myself, for a while, you know, I'm going to deactivate my personal Facebook at least, because it takes up so much of my time sitting there staring at my screen. You know, I feel this need to pick up my phone. You know, I don't post that often, but I don't want to feel like that anymore. I don't want to feel like I have to uphold this image on Instagram or on Facebook, because in the end, people really don't care. And the only reason why they're on there in the first place is because they feel like it's a great way to stay in contact with you, family included. I mean, no offense to my family or anything, but I feel like rather than picking up the phone and calling and asking how you are, or going and meeting you in person, that by keeping tabs on you on Facebook, that it's enough. Okay. Same thing with my daughter. I mean, I have so much, me personally and other people, that they feel that seeing pictures on Facebook of my daughter is enough to watch her grow up. Okay. But, yeah, that's kind of my rant for the evening. I just couldn't believe it. I had to get it out. I had to talk about it, because it makes me physically sick that his parents didn't know, and that was the only way he felt it could get better. So, leave your thoughts in the comments below if you want. You know, I'm willing to talk about it. Or if you disagree with me, that's fine. I understand. But I'm going to start ranting now, because I've been going on for about 15 minutes. So, you guys have a great evening. Probably post a video in the next couple days about my next rant. And talk to you guys later.